a column in today's Post, Mr. Chairman, by Mark Thiessen, wherein he talks about General Lloyd Austin, a top commander of U.S. forces in the Middle East. And to quote Mr. Thiessen, in 2010, General Austin advised President Obama against withdrawing all of U.S. forces from Iraq, recommending that the president instead leave 24,000 U.S. troops to secure the military gains made in the surge and to prevent a terrorist resurgence. Had Obama listened to Austin's counsel, the rise of the Islamic State could have been stopped. Where did you come down on that debate, General Dempsey, at that point?
Well, actually, Senator, as you know, we don't debate anything in the military. We provide options and let our elected officials make their decisions. It's well known that all military leaders believed we needed to leave some residual force in Iraq to continue the development of the security forces.
Well, that was Republican Senator Roger Wicker today questioning the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. The senator quoting a new column that calls the president out for ignoring the advice of his generals, including General Dempsey, who said the U.S. should keep troops in Iraq. And now the president is reportedly ignoring their advice again in the fight against ISIS. Mark Thiessen is the author of the column referenced. He's also the former chief speechwriter to President George W. a fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. So what a moment today, hearing your own column quoted to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and he backed you up, Mark.
He did, absolutely. He said that all the generals, all the military leaders thought that we should have left troops in Iraq. They gave that advice to President Obama. He rejected it. The result is the rise of ISIS. And he confirmed that General Austin has requested before and advised the president that we needed special operations troops on the ground to fight ISIS, and that request was denied as well. So the president, you have to feel for General Austin. Here's a guy, a great general who's dedicated his life to the military, who's giving the president of the United States great military advice, and he keeps getting overruled. And it's unfortunate he's being vindicated by events.
That's General Austin.
But he doesn't want to be vindicated. He wants victory.
But it's not just General Austin.
The tools he needs.
And it's not just these two incidents, because if you speak with the generals who are in the know, they'll tell you to a man that this president does not listen to the generals who advise him. He doesn't do it. He thinks in political terms, not in military terms, which makes you wonder how this war against ISIS is likely to play out.
Well, it's not likely to play out well because he's not listening to the advice of his military commanders, and he's not learning from his mistakes. I mean, one thing that you have to do as a president is learn from your mistakes. In the 1970s, Jimmy Carter learned from his mistakes when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. George W. Bush learned from his mistakes when he launched the surge. He acknowledged that the strategy hadn't been working and that he was changing course. President Obama does not learn from his mistakes. He does not change course.
But maybe, Mark, he believes genuinely and can get it done with these advisors, these limited advisors on the ground who are going to be helping others in connection with our airstrikes, 500, 1,500.
But that's something that he's saying that he won't do, which is actually putting them in combat situations.
But how many would we need?
Well, we probably need several thousand special operations forces, and to have several thousand special operations forces, of course, Kagan and Kimberly Kagan, they just published a paper on this from the American Enterprise Institute and the Institute of Study of War. You need about 25,000 troops to support them. So What you do is it's very similar to what we did when we liberated Afghanistan. Is that you send in special operations forces to link up with the local forces, serve as forward air controllers, and help them take out those positions.
Those are big numbers. That's going to be tough to swallow for this White House. Mark, good to see you.
Thanks, Megan.
Also with us now, Mark Hanna, a Democrat.